Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
Go on and take the money and run, and that's what a lot of people are doing. Look, I've been warning people for years now to be careful about having your money in the bank account. And I know a lot of you out there are going, oh man, where else are we supposed to keep it? Oh, look, I get it. That's why I was telling you, hey, how much money do I have in my bank account? I have enough to pay off my monthly bills, and I keep the rest in gold and silver. I wasn't exaggerating. I got new orders just came in. And of course it comes from, I don't know if you guys can see them. But yeah, I keep all my money in precious metals. And whenever I need to pay some monthly bills off, what I do is I take it down to my local gold and silver shop and sell it to them. And I take the money that I need for my bills and I put it in a bank account and then go ahead and pay all my bills off. It's a really smart thing to do. Because if your money is in the bank account, when they do a bank run, they take all of it. Whoosh. And eventually they try to give it back to you if they can. But sometimes a bank run could trigger something a lot worse, like the collapse of banks. And that's something you should be thinking about because it's already happening. Before we get started, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, check out our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $200, you will get an additional ½ ounce of silver with your order. Just follow the link down below in the description. No promo codes are needed. You can find me on other social media platforms like Facebook. I do have my own group called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrency, as well as foreign currency investments and any other investments you wish to talk about. Come on over here. It's free to join. Just follow the link down below in the description. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, Odyssey, and now Rumble. Yes, that's right. I finally got a Rumble. And in addition to that, you can find me over here at Pimpy's News Network. If I should ever get kicked off of YouTube, you can find me on any other one of these platforms. So come join me. It's free to do so. The links for all these locations are down below in the description. So come on over and join me. Anyways, crypto started to rebound a little bit. I think people are panicking now and taking their money out of the banks and moving them into crypto if they don't know any better. But like I said, they could take your crypto too. So let's look at Bitcoin at $20,227, Ethereum at $1,438. We have the New World Order coin, XRP, at 36 cents. You have Hex at 64 cents. Cardano at 30 cents. Polygon at $1.01. Dogecoin's at 6 cents. Solana is at $17.40. Polkadot is at $5.33. Shiba is at 4010. And Litecoin is at $67.42. Terra Luna is at 3012. And Satama is back up to 0.0015, up 3.57%. Huge jump in gold prices. Yeah, $1,868.10, up $37.20 on the day. Once we found out that people were running on the banks and it caused people to go over to precious metals like I knew it would. Silver's at $20.53, up 47 cents. And copper is still at $4. So what the heck happened? What do you mean what happened? I said this was coming. This is not even the worst part of it. Do I think this is going to be a crash? No, look, they did it on a Friday. This is what always happens. It really is going to depend if people start panicking and running to the banks today. They should have done that a long time ago. If you haven't moved your money yet into precious metals, right now is the time to do it. It says market panic. 4 biggest U.S. banks lose a staggering $52 billion after the Dow drops 540 points. And did I hear the Fed right? Did they say they're thinking about raising interest rates again? Oh, good Lord. Yeah, this market's going to hell in a handbasket. Sharp losses in bank and stock led Wall Street's main indexes lower on Thursday as turmoil at Silicon Valley banks parent company triggered investor fears about the stability of the financial sector. Like, our whole banking system's under attack. Our food processors are under attack. I mean, you got derailed trains everywhere. You got people with poisoned water. You got people out there euthanizing chickens and other livestock by the hundreds of millions all around the world. So somebody must be out there doing something to us. The S&P 500 Bank Index tumbled more than 6% in the biggest one-day drop in over 2 years after SVB Financial Group announced a massive equity raise to cover a $1.8 billion loss on the sale of investments. You have that, plus you had the Silver Bank. They sold a lot of their cryptos, or liquidated them is what they did. The 4 largest U.S. banks, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup, saw their share prices plunge between 4 and 6%, a whopping $52.3 billion from their collective market capitalization for the day. Shares of SVB Financial, which owns Silicon Valley Bank, plunged more than 60% after the company announced a sale of new shares to cover losses on the sale of government bonds. What? You lost money on government bonds? I said bonds were in a bubble. I said the real estate market was in a bubble. I said the cryptos were in a bubble. And look at all these are beginning to pop. Gold and silver have always been your best choice to protect your money. God willing, you people that have not done anything yet will finally do something. How much more money do you guys want to lose? How much more of your savings, your retirement, your 401ks, your IRAs do you want to see get wiped out before you wise up and invest in gold and silver? I know, I get it. You're sitting there going, the market's going to rebound. The markets are going to rebound. Yeah, I'm sure it will. It always does. But not anytime soon. In the meantime, you could get totally wiped out. And if they do what I think they're going to do, trying to force us into the central bank digital currency, you might wake up one day and the banks are gone. I know that sounds crazy, but they might be left behind for some administrative things. But as far as going there to get your money out, those days are about to disappear. So they're just going to try to force us into the central bank digital currency. They're doing it over in Nigeria, and Nigerians are responding by bringing machetes. Okay. So before it is too late, go on down there, do what you need to do with your bank, run on over to Money Metals, and tell them you need to buy some gold and silver ASAP. You can have them hold it for you, or you can have it in your possession at your house. There's an old saying in gold and silver arena, and that is, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. So just have them send it to you if you want. But if you got hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars in your nest egg, I understand why that might make you nervous. Talk to Money Metals about having a segregated vault, and they'll walk you through the process, okay? So this another article saying Silicon Valley Bank collapsed in a second. Biggest bank failure in U.S. history. It says regulators took over California-based Silicon Valley Bank on Friday in the second biggest bank failure in U.S. history. Wait, the second? Oh, that's what they're saying up here. I thought it said collapsed in a second. My bad. Collapses in the second biggest bank failure. Let me get them words out, all right? The Santa Clara headquartered bank was shuttered by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation, which appointed the Federal Deposit Insurance, the FDIC, as the receiver. So for all the people that had their money in that bank, gone. And when you call them, you get some recording telling you what you're going to be going through and how long it's going to take. And they have to get organized and figure out how much you had and then start giving a little bit of your money at a time until it's all ironed out. And if there's any money left over, well, you might get something. This is the biggest bank collapse in the U.S. since the 2008 failure of Washington Mutual during the height of the global financial crisis. And we're going to have another one of those, by the way. Another one of these global financial crisis in which the banks all just tank. See, they didn't do anything to fix what they were doing wrong in the first place back in 2008. All they did is kick the can down the road, made a much, much bigger bubble, and made it 100 times worse than it was instead of us just facing it back then. Let me just make a suggestion. If you haven't done this before, it could be a little intimidating, especially if we're talking about your money. And most people are like, well, I never dealt with gold and silver, so I don't know what to do. Go over to Money Metals Exchange or any other place you want to buy gold and silver. Figure out how much money you want to move over. Have them or somebody on the phone work with you. Make it a balance of gold and silver. They'll tell you how much it costs for all of it. If it covers the amount of money you are looking to move into gold and silver, you just go ahead and you make your purchase. Now, if you're keeping it at home, maybe you got a safe at home or you got a private stash place, then by all means, go ahead and do it. But if you end up with a large amount of gold and silver, Money Metals does have a segregated vault, which means they separate your inventory from everything else. It's you and you only right in that little territory, okay? And there you have it. And then whenever you need some, heck, even if you need to get a loan against your gold and silver, you can talk to Money Metals. So if you get yourself in a pickle and they're holding on to your gold and silver, you can take a loan against it, or you could sell it to them directly. If it's sitting over there in the vault, say, I needed some of my gold or sell some of my silver. They'll go ahead and buy it right back from you. They'll tell you what the price is. If you agree to it, they'll send you the money. Okay? So something to think about, because you notice how they did this on a Friday. But come Monday, people are going to start taking their money out of the bank. It's just too scary. It reminds everybody what happened in 2008, and rightfully so. So before it's too late, go ahead and do what you need to do. Be smart and move your money into precious metals. It has been the world safe haven for over 6,000 years. So it is better for you to go ahead and take your money and run instead of the bank taking your money and run. Who would you prefer to have your money, the bank or you? Anyways, that's it for now. I look forward to your comments, and I will catch you later. I'm out.